Hi, this is Jeannie from Paws Acupuncture, and I'm happy to announce a new series for this channel, Saints, Not Saint Bernards. And this series is all about saints and deities who help and watch over animals, some deities who are said to be animals. This is a non-denominational series, and it is not affiliated with any religious organizations or dogma. It's for informational purposes and entertainment only. Enjoy. Today's featured saint is Saint Christopher, whose feast day is July 25th. So happy feast of Saint Christopher if you're actually watching this on July 25th. So if you were brought up Catholic, or even if you weren't, you've probably heard of Saint Christopher. He was the saint who supposedly carried the baby Jesus across the river. He is the patron saint of traveling for the most part. Most Catholics way back in the old days used to have Saint Christopher medals and little plaques on their car or their trucks. Or if they were traveling, they brought a holy card of Saint Christopher with them or wore the medal. He's also the patron saint of bachelors, transportation, storms, epilepsy, gardeners, toothaches, and holy death. So you're probably asking, why is St. Christopher included in this saint series about dogs and animals? Well, I'll tell you why. I used to visit the monks of New Ski, the famous monks who raised the German shepherds. If you've never heard about them, I do encourage you to read their early books, The Art of Raising a Puppy and How to Be Your Dog's Best Friend. And they're up in New York, and I was able to stay with them several times and became friends with them. And one of the main trainers of these beautiful dogs, Brother Christopher, who is a saint himself, I'm going to say, he's still alive at this recording. And I was talking to him and asked him why he chose the name Christopher, because the monks chose different names than their real names when they became monks. And his answer was that because Saint Christopher had the head of a dog, and he thought it was only appropriate that he be called Christopher. And that's a piece of information that was in the back of my head for ages, and I never realized that. Because going to Catholic school, they never taught us that St. Christopher had a dog head. We just knew him about the guy who carried the baby Jesus across the water. So I was always fascinated by this tidbit of information. While I was researching St. Christopher, there is a legend that says he was alive around 250, 251. However, there are others that believe he was part of a dog-faced race. And these beings were known as the dogheads, and they were very, very large creatures. They have a bad rap. Some legends say they were cannibals, or they were big and mean creatures, and others say they were nice. So who knows? I'm going to say if they had dog heads, they couldn't have been that mean, right? And there are several works of art picturing St. Christopher with the head of a dog, especially in the Orthodox religion. So there's all these great icons and paintings of him with the dog head, as you can see here. Many of you who probably went to Catholic school or were raised Catholic will remember this event. I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and I remember it, and I remember it rattled the cage of everyone I knew back then. It was back in the 1960s, and it was decided that the story about St. Christopher carrying the baby Jesus across the stream or the river was not based on fact. I'm not sure how they decided this. And Pope Paul VI excommunicated Christopher. And so his sainthood was taken away. Now, I just want to tell you, people were upset because we were all brought up to believe, you pray to St. Christopher for traveling, and you wore the little medal, and you had the thing in your car or truck, and delivery people had it. So it was a big deal to say all of a sudden, okay, he's not a saint, it doesn't count anymore. So like I said, many Catholics disagree with the decision, but they still have their medals in their cars and trucks, and some still wear them or have the little holy cards in their purses and pockets. And I want to know, was it the dog head that scared the Catholic Church? So no matter what faith you are, what you believe, I believe that you could probably call on St. Christopher to help protect you and your dog and all your pets for that matter. In all your travels, on your walks, on your hikes, no matter what faith you are or are not. I'm sure he would be most happy to look proudly down upon everyone who prays to him for help. Thanks so much for listening. For more information on holistic pet services, barking Zoom consultations, online classes, and books for people and pets, visit the Four Paws Acupuncture website, fourpawsacupuncture.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a pawsome day.